Hi, I'm Andy.
Hi, I'm Huma, and we met on Muzz on the 1st of July 2021. I've been on Muzz for years and years, and actually I got to that point where I'd given up hope, and I was just at that point where I was thinking, no, this isn't working, and I'm not sure why.
Wait for your prince, that's what it was.
I'm not sure why I ticked Andrew's profile, but I did. And it was interesting because I was crossing all of the others out in rage because I was thinking, this isn't working for me, and I was going cross. When I first saw Andrew's profile, I just thought that he was a really young looking...
Careful.
50-something-year-old. And then it was quite funny because I was showing my best friend and she said to me, the thing is, you can tell that underneath all of that beard, because Andrew's beard was down here on his profile picture, and my best friend said, you can tell he's a handsome man underneath all of that.
I looked at Huma's profile.
My picture wasn't there.
Yeah, there was no picture.
It was hidden.
And I thought, well, I'm not used to this. It's the first dating app I'd been on. The first time I tried dating, I thought, well, I'll give it a go. I was with a guy at work, and I said, you know what, I've got a really good feeling about this. When we started speaking, it became apparent that I didn't have the degree that she wanted. I didn't have the well-paid position or the job that she required.
Just because I have a PhD, I was looking for...
Your profile said he has to have a basic degree, so I can have an educated conversation.
But basically, right, the tick box, get rid of it. It's really not going to help you. It's going to hinder you.
Huma just kept asking more and more ludicrous questions to try and catch me out, as if I was
just had to be sure. 2 weeks is like such a short time.
You know, I had children hidden somewhere, or I had all these wives hidden somewhere, or all
these
other things.
I did ask a lot of questions.
You asked me a hell of a lot of questions.
Didn't I, just to be sure. But I did say you don't need any more than 3 months, and if you don't know that you're going to marry me in 3 months, then you need to go. And you knew from day one week. I've been on previous meetings with people, and I've never sat there and looked into their eyes and said, did God send you to be my husband? And I was quite shaken by that.
You weren't even really shaken. You had to sit there for an hour and compose yourself. I said, well, I've got my mum's ring here and my great-grandmother's ring. If you don't believe in destiny and you don't believe that this is going to be, you know, this was already written for us, I said, there's no problem.
You said the whole time the ring will fit. And I said, there's no way this ring is going to fit. What are the chances? And I was saying, no.
Yeah.
You were so convinced and you were 1000% sure it was going to fit. And then when it did fit, I was shaking even more. I was like, no, shock number 2.
Yeah, well, it's a complete shock. And we were, as we were walking further down, we went and stopped in a cafe. And I said to him, I get kind of the feeling that I get from you is that, you know, you just want to be friends, or you don't want to get married and you're really unsure. And Huma said, oh,
you said, do you think that we have a future together?
Yeah.
And I just said, we'll see.
And as
meaning,
he said,
no.
We'll see, we looked up and there was a car just stopped outside with a number plate, and it was "We'll see."
Yeah.
I laughed at that one. I went
into shock number 3. I went into more shock.
There's certain things that just are divinely sent, you know.
The signs. Yeah. And I think from there, then I didn't waste any time. I had the family involved, and I said, fine, well then you can come and speak to my family.
I had a proposal that I'd already put together, and I just basically gathered the family round and said, Mrs. Latif, I wanted to put your mind at rest. Inshallah, my intentions towards Huma are halal, my heart and my faith is true, and all my actions are genuine. I will every day treat Huma with respect, kindness, and protect her from any harm. Inshallah, I will provide emotionally, financially, a house, food, and ensure she has the very, very best I can offer. I wanted to ask your blessing and permission to marry Huma. I have a ring that belonged to my mother that I wanted Huma to wear. And straight after that, I looked up. I was emotional myself. I looked up, the whole of the family was sobbing.
Silent.
Every single person. The only one that sort of looked at me and kind of just looked at me straight in the eye was Huma's mum, and she said, yeah, okay.
See, I actually thought Mum was going to say, we'll see.
We've actually had people before that your mum said, no, you're not good enough, or no, you're not this, no, you're not that.
No, this is before they've even got to the front door, and my mum's looked out the window and saying, no. And I'm like, Mum, he hasn't even stepped foot in the house.
So I had that, but I had another little thing up the sleeve, didn't I? Was what I was wearing.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that you had one. Traditional salwar kameez came in one of those, and I was like, I didn't even know you had one of those outfits.
I went up there and you went, yeah, that's a tick
for my mum.
And the family, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole of the journey, subhanAllah blessed us, the whole of the journey, because everything fell into place. We were in the middle of COVID.
Yes.
There was no venues to get married. There was all these different things that came up. You had a very strange...
I had COVID for a long time.
You had COVID, yeah.
We thought I wasn't going to be well enough to go to the wedding at one point.
There's just signs from the very first, click that I did on Muzz to find you.
Before I met you, I didn't know what love was because I didn't feel love before. I actually feel loved in the way that you treat me, in the way that you put me first and you really think about how I am and what I need. I love you because of the person that you are.
You're the most kind, genuine, loving person I've ever met. You're my soulmate. I knew from the very first moment that I saw you. You may be 5'1", full of trouble, but you're just wonderful. You complete me.